Hey everyone, my name is Josh Hirsch, the Education and Training Strategist at Fundraise Up. Welcome to our Earth Day edition of Fundraiser to Fundraiser, where we meet with nonprofits to discuss best practices in fundraising. Today I'm joined by Fundraise Up client Jackie Ellefson, Director of Philanthropy at Oceanwise. Welcome, Jackie. But before we get into it, I want you to share a little bit more background about yourself as well as Oceanwise.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Josh. So at Oceanwise, we are a global conservation organization, and our mission basically is to build communities that take meaningful action to protect and restore our ocean. So this includes many different programs, including areas like ocean pollution and plastics, whale research, kelp restoration, overfishing. I love it here at Oceanwise. I've been here for just about a year now, almost coming up on a year. And there are some very exciting things coming out of our organization. So hopefully everybody takes a look at our website after this.
I love it. And give us a little more background about yourself in this sector. What you really to want to be passionate about working for Oceanwise?
Yeah, great question. So I've been fundraising actually for over 15 years now. I've worked in many different sectors. I worked in healthcare. I worked in, small nonprofits and education. But really my heart is in the sort of environmental sector. So I waited until I was a little bit later in my career before I kind of jumped into this area. So this is my second go at working in an environmental organization, and I love it. It's a challenge, of course. Anyone in this sector knows it's a challenging sector, but I love that. I'm up for the challenge. So.
Well, good for you for being up for the challenge. Well, let's dive into some questions. Pun totally intended.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear about your most successful Earth Day campaign and what specifically made it so successful.
Yeah, so one of our recent Earth Day campaigns kind of focused on raising funds to support our kelp reforestation, or what we call seaforestation, using A/B testing. So we actually found that the first email of the appeal got the most attention, and it was the strongest and the longest. And our data showed that the return rate was actually highest on that first email in the series, with about 20% higher response rate. So we're very happy to announce and glad that our campaign reached our goal of $15,000, which is awesome for us. And we also got a new donor, $800 monthly donor, which is pretty cool. And so to ensure that we knew, that our donors knew how much we appreciated their support, we had a reply thank you after the fact. And we got some really nice messages back, and I'll just read one to you. I donate what I can to causes that are important to me because I know it will be used for good things such as kelp forests. I think it's amazing, and I hope it continues to grow. Thanks for the update.
I love how you connected the donor to the impact that they're making. And clearly that resonated with that specific donor. You're listening to what matters to them, and you're speaking to the way that they want to be spoken to. That is so key, no matter what you're...
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But you're creating a better lifetime value for that donor along with your organization. And absolutely incredible. Yeah. So, I think this is a great segue from talking about one-time donors, whether they're giving on Earth Day or they're giving on any major giving day. How do you make them become a recurring donor, or, more so a longtime supporter of your organization? Are you showing them impact a month later? Are you calling them? What is Oceanwise specifically doing?
Yeah, good question. I would say a combination of those things. For the record, we sometimes, over a certain dollar amount, will call donors. We have sort of anniversaries. So someone who's been giving for, let's say, 2 years or 5 years, they might get a call and say, hey, thanks so much. Listen to how long you've been supporting, and we really love that you're a part of our group. I think stewardship is key. Obviously, anyone, again, who's in the fundraising world knows how important stewardship is, and sometimes we're not so great at it. But at Oceanwise, we kind of created this, what we call a welcome series. So first-time new donors will get entered into a series of emails that will sort of be scheduled out over a couple of months. It includes things like surveys asking, what types of things they'd like to hear from us and what types of programs they'd like to be more involved in. To questions about how they would like to be communicated with. And then we'll sometimes also send them little, free little tidbits. So maybe a downloadable report that we've just put out, or, a free gift of some sort. So this kind of keeps people paying attention to us, even if they're a first-time donor, and brings them closer into the fold, right? Because that's the whole idea. We want to bring people closer to us so we can keep them in and hopefully build them up the donor pyramid, if you will.
I love surveying donors. I think that's such a great use of actually, listening to our donors, hearing what matters to them, what's driving their connection to your organization, and more so understanding their motivations, their intent, their interest. When you hear a donor, you're able to speak to the way they want to be spoken to and create that connection. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, great.
So as we know, Earth Day is not just for environmentally focused nonprofits. Everyone in this sector can do something to support Earth Day, not just on Earth Day, but all year round. What are some things that those type of organizations can do?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Everyone should be involved in Earth Day. We personally would love if our messages and posts could be amplified by our other nonprofit friends. Plastics and pollution affects all of us. It's not just ocean-wise. They wreak havoc on our ocean. They're found everywhere all over the planet, Arctic, you name it. So what we'd really like help with on this Earth Day is, again, amplifying our voice if you can. But also, we have some really tangible things you can do. Join one of our ocean-wise shoreline cleanups, which are really fun. You can bring the family out, friends, go walk along the beach, pick up some trash, and help us get some data on what sort of the biggest polluters are. We put out a Dirty Dozen list every single year that kind of shows where the most pollution is coming from and what we are seeing most on the beaches. So those shoreline cleanups really help to inform that data. And if you're interested, the website plug is ocean.org.
And to have such a great website, that URL, you can't get much better than being ocean.org as Ocean Bucket. Jackie, this has been phenomenal. Is there anything that you want to leave our viewers with before we close out today's recording?
Yeah, I think for us, we're looking to build our brand and show people what we're doing and show people who we are and how we're supporting our oceans. So visit our website, follow us on social media. We always love that. And certainly, I'm excited to share what we are doing with our donors, and I hope it helps other nonprofits as well.
Well, Jackie, I really appreciate you joining us on today's Earth Day edition of Fundraiser to Fundraiser. And remember, ocean.org. That's an easy website to remember. Go check them out, follow them online. Thanks again. Have a great one.